Okay, now let's look at the second sheet being the primary. Okay, like that, right? And then the first sheet being secondary. Okay. So now these two are going to get combined because it's a repeat. So type, it is not unique. There is ambiguity there. One is G and one is W, and type is not numeric. Okay. If it is a numeric field, then it will just add the values. So this is going to be replaced by a star, and so that's what it's going to look like. And then you'll have 1 A1. So the amount is 100. Okay, user ID is 1, type is star. Then 1 C1 300 1 star, and then we'll have 2 B1 200, user ID is 2 and the type is J. Okay. And then we'll have 3 D1 400, then you'll have null, because there is no record with 3 as the user ID. Okay. And the 4 is not going to come in because the primary data source is going to determine which user IDs or which pattern IDs is going to be brought into the blend. And since 4 is not in the primary data source, it's not going to be in the blend. Okay. So let's look at that here. So okay. So now another thing you need to look at is, okay, and this is again different. Once you bring in the two data sources, the data sources will be available for all future sheets that you insert. Okay. But the link will not be there. Like for example, here in sheet 1, you have linked with sheet 1 as the primary and sheet 2 as the secondary data source. Okay. Now you go to the next sheet, okay, and you have no link or anything. So you get to do the linking. You have to do the linking again. Okay. Okay. The ones that if you use the same primary and secondary Tableau will look for automatic linking, and it will do the linking automatically. Okay. If not, then you have to do it manually. So now we're going to do sheet 2 as the primary. So pattern 1, pattern ID. So sheet 2 becomes the primary. You see the blue check mark, right? Okay. So now if you bring in number of records, and you see that there are 4 records in total. There are 2 1s, 1 2 and 1 3. Okay. All right. So I'm going to take that out. Now click on sheet 1, and you see, because of the linking that we did in sheet 1, right? Tableau automatically realizes, well, pattern ID and user ID is the same, so I'm going to do the linking automatically. Here you didn't have to do it yourself because you did it in sheet 1. But in sheet 1 itself, you didn't have to do it if the names were the same, and you had to manually input because the names were different. Okay. Let's put type here. Okay, so we have null, star, and j. Okay, so null, star, and j. So those are the three types that we have. So that's what you see here. Okay, and if you go to the primary one and bring in the amount, then you have, say, 1 is 400. When you bring in a field into the visualization, aggregation is automatic in Tableau. Yeah, that's right. That's the reason why. So when you bring in pattern ID, these two are combined. So it becomes this 100 and 300 gets added up. So the underlying blended data will be this.